been a minute. Oh,
hey, sit up, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? Like, god damn, hope.
We done dropped you a couple episodes, couple quality guests. You know what I'm saying? We've been on a fucking run. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Yeah. We got a lot of shit brewing. Yeah. A lot of shit stirring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
Steph Curry stirring. We about to go 30 for 30 on y'all niggas. Nigga, fuck is you talking about? Like, yo, so let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the most anticipated fight of the year.
I am glad they was able to make that happen because, like, it's too many times where these fighters, it'd be like the best of the best in the weight class, and like the promoters don't be want to like put stuff together like that. That should
jeopardize each other's careers.
Yeah, that should be trash. Like the point of sports is to see the best play the best.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter what the sport is. So last night we was able to see
Gervonta Davis against Ryan Garcia.
And we end up seeing that Gervonta Davis got the.
Let's just talk about it first. Who were you going for?
Me personally, I thought Tank was gonna win.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? I know Vegas had something behind it, but I felt like I heard a lot of people talking about Garcia was gonna go down in the 7th round. Mm-hmm. And what round he end up going down in?
7th.
It was the 7th.
It was the 7th round?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a little hit.
So, hey, I was like, you know what I'm saying? But you know how...
7,
it was a 7th, but, like, it's interesting how that happened.
Yeah, first and foremost, I ain't even gonna tell you, I went against the grain. I did go for Ryan Garcia, the young bull, the underdog. But there was no doubt in my mind that Gervonta was gonna put him on his ass at least one point in the fight. Mm-hmm. Like that wasn't like even when I was saying like I didn't bet. I wasn't betting against the Tank. I wasn't. First off, even when he was in the. He's a hood nigga, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, where's he from?
He's from Baltimore.
Baltimore, my nigga. Like, he's from Baltimore, and I ain't gonna hold you. Like, you could tell he been hit a couple times because he ain't all there. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he's just not a public speaker like that. But like, I knew it. But my whole concept behind it was obviously Tank had the power, but Ryan Garcia had a edge on him as far as the speed, and he had the height and the length. But as we know, when it comes to Tank, height and length don't mean nothing, right? Mm-hmm. He done knocked out a couple niggas that was like taller and more lengthier than him without a problem. So I'm gonna talk about it. So the first downfall was Ryan Garcia getting too happy and too confident early in the round. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When he was doing all that fast shit and he was hitting them, he was throwing a lot of hits or making, but he wasn't landing anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it looked good, it looked fast, it looked but that he didn't land no punches, bro. When he did the count, if anything, Gervonta Davis was already winning the fight based off of the number of hits that he had landed, opposed to Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying?
I think he only they say Ryan Garcia only won 2 rounds up until the 7th.
Something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, he was throwing a lot of shots, but none of them was landing.
None of them was connecting.
None of them was connecting. So let's talk about it. So, intro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I was going against the grain because we had a fight night and everybody in the house was going for Tank. So I was just like, F it. I'm gonna go for Garcia, right? I'm like, because we black, right? Let's keep it funky. Like, we gonna go for our culture, our kind. And I'm still voting for Tank any and every trip, you know what I mean? But sometimes it's good to be different, you know what I'm saying? So I was different. And
see how that's
knowing the outcome, like I said, I expected him to get knocked out. But let's talk about the music for the intro. Like,
what did Tank come out to?
Tank came out to Chief Keef, bro. Yeah. Like Chief Keef came out with him. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia came on with some Holy God matrimony music. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I'm talking shit in the crib, and I'm like, damn. that's not the music I want him to come out to. You know what I mean? Like,
so you telling me you had an inclination that this dude was gonna lose off the strength of his music when he came out?
yeah,
That's
it
a shame.
was a bad vibe, bro. It was it wasn't a bad vibe because the music. I don't even know who Ryan Garcia came out to, but it was just you could tell the difference. You know what I mean? Like he was on some praying to God type shit, and respectfully, I believe in God, but Tank was on some God ain't gonna save you from these hands, nigga. Like, like he not gonna do that for you, bro. And as we can tell, like that's what the fuck happened, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's what the fuck happened.
like yo, bro. And I was happy because the first round you could tell, like it was on some. They trying to fill each other out.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, definitely trying to fill each other out.
Naturally, any boxer should do that in the first round. Try to feel like don't overcompensate. You know what I mean, and don't think that you could just knock a mother effer out. You know what I'm saying? Just off the skill set that you have. But it was like it was just bad because came round 2. Garcia did good aggressive. I like that. He needed that.
But that's what was saying put him down.
Yeah, but he left too many open opportunities for him, bro. Like you sitting there swinging, but you're not guarding yourself. Your jaw is kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? And like it just wasn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when he was doing all that, ha 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 ha, in my back of my mind, I'm like, it looks good. But I'm a little shaky.
Yeah, because like Tank is waiting for opening.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he exploited his opening.
Tank had a smile on his face the whole fight. Mm-hmm. That was the difference between Tank and Garcia. Tank had a smile on his face from the beginning to the end, bro. He already knew what time it was, what he was gonna line him up with, what he was gonna do. Like, and I love Tank. Don't get it. I love both of them. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. They're the top 2 boxers of our generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not of our generation, but
pound for
pound right now. You know what I mean?
Right now, yes.
Top 2 boxers of right now. They got the most social media following. You know what I mean? It was by far the most anticipated fight
you gotta
for
think
the past 2-3 years.
You gotta think of who's the biggest promoters backing them. You got Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya, who's what? Damn, they're 2 of the best fighters that ever even got into the sport.
Once we knew that Oscar De La Hoya was the backer for Ryan Garcia and Mayweather was the backup.
Well, he's part of the money team.
But they had some beef or Mayweather wasn't allowing him to work out in the gym. Mm-hmm. So him showing up to the ring in itself was kind of like, so that was like a publicity stunt. You know what I mean?
Or they hashed out whatever
happened. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. Once I seen Mayweather in the ring backing up, taking her, I was like, damn. I was like, damn. And like I said, I never had a doubt in my mind that Tank wasn't going to do what he did. But when Garcia came in there running too quickly, and Tank was like, yo, slow your ass down. Here's the right hang up. Boom. Put him on his ass. And I told the crew, I was like, yo, if Ryan Garcia could take a hit from Tank, he might have a chance, bro. Yeah. He might have a chance. But as we can tell,
he did. Shit happens. You know what I mean? Hopefully they have a round 2 though. I mean,
but off that first shot, he was leaking. Ryan Garcia was leaking the whole time, bro. Mm-hmm. Like leaking, and you could tell all Tank was looking for was that one more. He wanted to hit him with one more right hook, bro, and he was just waiting for Garcia to get overcompensate. You know what I mean? For his skill set, and then he laid it on him. But by far, I'm gonna tell you this: it was an even fight. Mm-hmm. It was an even fight. You know what it was? You know what it came down to?
What's that?
IQ.
Yeah.
Intelligence, bro.
Yeah. Knowing where to pick your spots.
Right. And we can tell Tank had the better IQ last night, bro. Like he was that. He showed us why he's the face of boxing, bro. And like I said, I never doubted him, but I just wanted to go against the grain, bro. Like, it was he's that guy,
Ain't
bro.
nothing wrong with that.
Nah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it gets boring going with the flow, right? Like, when you got a house full of niggas and everybody like, we going for Tank. All right, F it. Yeah. Let me be the oddball out. You know what I mean?
Else, yeah, facts.
Yeah, and go with somebody else. But I ain't gonna lie. Garcia, bro, you disappointed me. You had me scared, bro. When Tank opened your ass up and put you down, and then you was doing all this, like Tank wasn't even hitting you, and you was like you got scared of that motherfucking right hook, bro. Like you was scared, and once I realized he was scared, I was like, I was still talking my shit, but I was like, I know it's clip, bro. Mm-hmm. Like he was ducking and dodging. And Tank wasn't even doing nothing. Like Tank was on some. I'm just waiting to
fill him out.
Yeah, he was just filling him out. And then, but the grin the entire time with Tank was just like, I knew he had the edge. You know what I mean? And then you see all these posts that Ryan Garcia could hit. You know what I'm saying? Like he done hit a couple people, but you ain't never hit Tank before, or Tank. You ain't never get hit by Tank. Mm-hmm. And, you know, honestly, I would have thought they would have prepped him for a big body builder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, somebody but just some things you can't really prepare for. You gonna prepare the best way you can, but you know.
Yeah, but he needed more preparation. Yeah. He needed to go against how you call it in Rocky.
Apollo Creed, nigga?
Apollo Creed. He need to go against somebody heavy.
You talking about when Rocky got his ass whooped in Rocky 3, went against Mr. T Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
He got washed up and had to go retrain to learn some shit.
He needed one of those in training, nigga.
And that was training camp, bro. That was crazy, nigga. Nigga Rocky got washed up.
Yeah.
Washed up crazy.
That ass though, bro. Like he needed that awakening because I was like, yo, Tank gonna definitely by far put him on his ass. There was never a given thought, but I was like, if Garcia could bounce back from it, you know what I mean? Like, he might be able to make it. But what do you think about the final blow, bro? Because as we said, the last fighter, mind you, Tank only fought 4 months ago, right? The last dude he fought was also a Garcia. Tank is putting all these Garcia niggas out of their misery. The last Garcia dude he fought, Garcia was talking about, he can't see. In the middle of the fight, bro, the TKO, he said he couldn't see. Now Ryan Garcia is in the fight, and all you see is like you said, it was 6th round. What was it? Seventh round. And then you see Tank hit him with that left hook to the ribcage. Bang! And when you replay it back, it didn't look like nothing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't until like 10 seconds later, Garcia, if you see the replay, his face is like he had this grin, like, damn, that mother effer hurt. And
he dropped the 2 jabs to keep him at bay. And it was like, fuck. He took that knee. It was over.
He couldn't do it no more. He couldn't breathe, bro. He hit something that was critical, you know. And he couldn't take it. He was he was winded, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate, and we definitely I was very appreciative of them even boxing, because we see all the time where 2 of the best fighters in that weight class don't get a chance to go at it. So next is waiting for that Crawford and Spence joint. That's gonna be crucial. But let's move on to what Jim Jones was saying about Pusha T, saying he's not a top 50 of all time rapper. Me personally, I feel like Jim Jones.
You're not in there. You probably outside of New York, you might not be in nobody's top 50.
Yeah, and I fucks with Jim Jones. Like I fucks with Jim Jones. I still listen to Jim Jones now. But like, I mean, he made a valid point of like a lot of people can't really name 5 Pusha T songs, but I think that came from like a little bit of I want to say not envy or hate, you know what I mean? But that came from a negative place, because like I fucks with Pusha T.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, but like,
hard. Yeah, but hip hop and rap is not about lyricism. It's about whoever's trending and whoever's hot. So
that's unfortunate.
It depends on who you asking what your top 50 is and what are you basing this off of. You know what I mean? Because lyrically, like Pusha T is probably like top 10, top 15 rappers of all time. Like,
and I'll say maybe top 15. 25.
Which you gotta throw niggas like Banks in there, Lloyd Banks.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
that's
like,
you so now you get a list longer.
You got Jada, you know what I mean? Then you got
Jada's top
Lucas.
5 dead or alive. It don't matter what he's doing.
He's Jordan Lucas, you know what I mean? But when you talk about these rappers, nobody care because they don't want to. Everybody niggas don't want to hear lyrics for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas want to hear a good beat, a catchy hook. You know what I'm saying? And the bars to like kind of complement everything they talking about. Yeah, that's
but they don't necessarily mean they telling a story or they hard. Like, that's just what it is these days. And like, I mean, I don't be agreeing with that shit all the time, but that's what sells.
Yeah.
So like,
but I'm glad he clarified. Like, yo, there's no smoke, my nigga, because like Jim Jones, nigga, you've been rapping a long time, but you just started getting nice. Pusha T always been nicer than you, my nigga. Let's be real. He's always had that cadence, that lyricism, that wordplay, everything. You just started being hot respectfully after balling. Like
I'll say, right around that like time. That's all you looking at, what, 07?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? And we're not even talking about why you even became hot was because of Max Speed, but that's a whole nother segment and story
we've been listening to the Dipset. Shit, we've been listening to Cam. We was just talking about that yesterday, how Cam was talking about, on 357, how he was talking about, the dude from, out here and all that.
Yeah.
But, like, we've been listening to...
That was real.
We've been listening to that music for decades.
Kids, yeah.
So, like, I heard the maturation in Jim's flow from when he was talking about a bunch of nothing to, all right, well, his words is connected to the beat, and, I mean, he putting out some fire.
Right.
So, like...
But my whole thing is, like, you wasn't the one to say Pusha T is not in your top 50.
So you saying like, he's right message, wrong messenger?
Correct.
Okay.
Like, you don't have that authority to speak on Pusha T, bro. Especially when your lyricism is not up par to his. You know what I mean? Let's be real. I'm from Harlem. You know what I mean? I don't even know where Pusha T is from. Virginia?
He's from Virginia.
VA. Like, he's better than you, and me from the city. So give respect where it's due, and you did, but it was too much yapping before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And regardless if I could rap 5 Pusha T's songs or whatever, he's still nicer than you, Jim. And my opinion is, everybody got an opinion. You shouldn't be allowed. You specifically should not be allowed to speak on somebody's penmanship who's better than you. I said it. Podcast, man. We from Harlem. I still love you, Jim. Yeah. I love Pusha T. Love y'all both. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we know what it is. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Fuck all that. Moving to the NBA playoffs. So now, obviously, we only got one team right now that moved into the second round. That's Philly. I mean, I knew they was gonna beat the Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Like, they ain't got nobody, but they have been better. The most interesting series to me right now is because I was gonna say the Phoenix and Clippers. Kawhi was playing and they was giving him run for their money, and like Westbrook is doing his thing too. Westbrook is definitely doing his thing. He's more efficient, but he's definitely doing his thing. But it's a shame that like Kawhi's like my favorite player, like outside of like Tim Duncan, and it's a shame that
he's like low management. Pause.
It's a shame that his like his ailments is getting the better of him in the times they need him the most. So I would say the best series, that would have been the best series to me if they was at full strength. But the best series to me, the most shit talked about is the Warriors and Kings. You got the young Kings coming. They got a nice roster. They loaded with talent. You know what I'm saying? They got some nice, I don't want to say they got like a lot of good veteran leadership. But they got some dudes that been in the NBA for a couple of years. You know, they still younger, but it mixed with like the younger ones that they have. I feel like they got a nice team. You know what I'm saying?
Here I am. I love Golden State, but I'm going for the underdog again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I fuck with Chef Curry 30. You know what I mean? Give me 30 every time, bro. But I like the Kings. I like what they doing. I like the young squad. I like to see.
Shout out to Mike Brown for winning that Coach of the Year too.
Yeah, facts. Mike Brown. Shout out to you. But like, I like that grind to see the young underdogs come up. You know what I mean? Just like the Tank and Garcia. Like, I know Tank was gonna knock this nigga out, but at the same time, it's always good to see an underdog win. You know what I mean? We underdogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, so it's only natural. Like, you only every once in a while you go for an underdog. But the Kings is obviously that. And I think
they're the third seed. That's the crazy how they underdog.
Yeah, but
because they're going against the defending
champions. Yeah, exactly. So you already know who's geared to win that. But we'll see, man. They still got 2 more games to play.
Well, it's 2-1.
2-1.
So I think they play today or tomorrow, but it's 2-1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just some things to kind of see and figure out.
Yeah, man. We'll see, man. Let us know in the comments who y'all going for the playoffs.
Speaking of that, who you got in the who you got going to the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals, and then who you got in the finals and who gonna win? You think?
Milwaukee's on the East, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got Milwaukee in the East, and I got Phoenix Suns in the West.
So you think it's gonna be a repeat of the 2021 joint?
Yeah.
So if Giannis don't play,
I think he's gonna get healthy.
I mean, Giannis been out the last 2 games, right? If Giannis is out for the series, it's kind of a toss up with the East. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, actually that the Knicks and Cleveland series was kind of alright too.
The Knicks is on the way up.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them Knicks.
But I mean, I just like I'll be hard pressed to find anybody that could beat the Suns in a 7-game series where you got that firepower they got over there.
Bro,
I'm hoping can get it done.
Yo, they got the perfect setup, bro. I mean, Chris Paul's a little old, you know what I'm saying?
Still
but,
point guard.
Yo, shout out to it is what it is, you know what I mean? But May said this too, like, yo, when you Chris Paul and you got Booker on one end, Katie on another, and you got Ayton playing the center, bro. Like, you got way too many options, bro, to mess up the defense or break down the defense. Like, take advantage of it, and they should be able to beat, respectfully, every team in the East. Mm-hmm. Because even if y'all don't like KD, Devin Booker is a problem. Like, he's been a problem, always has been, and will continue to be with or without KD. Respectfully. And I love KD, regardless if he's a bandwagon jumper or whatever, business minded, whatever you want to call it. But, like, yo, Booker, if Booker keep doing what he's doing, they're going to the finals, bro. Don't sleep on that. That's my honest opinion.
Yeah, I think they can go to the finals if they stay healthy and
right. Healthy is the number one thing too, bro.
They just gotta I think a lot of teams when you get a big lead, sometimes you can't. They gotta close out games the right way. Mm-hmm. When you're able to close out games and control the possession and control the time of possession, you're able to win. But if you can't do that, no matter what the hell you got, somebody gonna find another way to come back. So unfortunately,
facts. So who's your predicament? Who you seeing in the finals?
I got the Suns winning it all. I don't really have a East predicament at the moment, but I got the Suns winning it all.
Oh wow, look at that. We'll see how that transpires, y'all. Suns winning the whole finals, going into the Western Conference. Let's see who does the East. My whole thing is if Giannis definitely comes back, I'm thinking the Bucks is definitely in the finals. You know what I mean? But if he doesn't, the East is like he said, East is a toss up, bro.
Yeah, because the Sixers could play.
I don't think they got what it takes though. To Embiid is nice. Embiid is nice, but
I'm just gonna say.
My whole thing is Embiid can't do it by himself, and I have mixed feelings about James Harden.
You got Tyrese Maxey. You got some players over there, but
he's still a young bull though.
He's actually been a little bit better than James Harden this postseason.
I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is young.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
I'm only basing their success off the lack of experience they have in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you got KD, regardless of how you feel about KD, is a sharpshooter killer. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna get those breaks and those misses that you typically would from general teams. So you gotta be on point every time you execute a play. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm gonna give him. And we already know Embiid, Harden, none of them niggas ever won the ring. So do they have what it takes? We don't know.
And we shall see.
We'll
Watch the rest
out.
of the playoffs and kind of figure it out. Enjoy them games.
We'll give y'all a recap, follow up with y'all, let y'all know how that went.
Yeah, see if this age is
if this aged well, right? Exactly. And we'll get back to y'all. But you already know we doing more episodes. We want to bring to y'all what Talk Shit Thursdays, right?
Talk Shit Thursdays. It'll be a new segment we got going.
And we're gonna talk our shit.
Just give our opinions and stuff. And show us a different side of us and kind of just go from there.
Facts, yo. So we already know, man. I'm K.
I'm Chaz.
We are coaching content, yo. And another one, just the in between. That's it. Just for the love, for the culture, for the content.
Bang. Holla.